right, guys, I'm gonna go see my buddy Larry Clay. He loves doing high performance homes, and we're gonna ask him many questions and see what the heck he's up to. Come along, let's go. Look who we found. It's the Clay way.
It's the Clay way.
How you doing?
The only way.
The only way. Well, let's get to it.
Let's do it. Good sense of, at least with our air control layer, you can see the black Mento 1000.
Yeah.
And you can see with our framer, we make sure we get the sequencing in. So I'll show you a number of those areas.
Okay.
That would be part of how we have success with our air control layer.
I'm excited to see it.
I've
been a fan for a long time. Let's go. Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
I wanted to see this Mento 1000. So this is like a more of a fabric instead of like a...
Yeah, this would be a smart membrane, and so it allows drying both directions with our product on the inside, the Intello Plus. And so wall assemblies dry both directions, makes this wall assembly just more durable.
It's definitely a lot better than a basic Tyvek.
Oh, 100 times better. So all the joints are going to get taped up. We're going to be taping to the concrete. So this will be the last house we just tested. We got 1 air changes per hour. That was only the exterior.
Which would be a passive home score.
Once we get the Intello drywall, we're going to be at passive house levels, but 1 air changes per hour with only the exterior air control layer.
And you guys tape the seams as well?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, beautiful.
All gets taped. Windows get taped as well, so when we put the windows in, we actually tape them. We don't put rod and caulk.
Right.
So
let's take a look at a window prep.
Sure. Here's window prep right up here. We got Exto Seal on the sill, all Vanitape, Mento, all taped.
A lot of guys are using Siga tape and this stuff.
Oh, very similar.
Very similar?
Yeah, Siga products are wonderful. I don't have anything bad to say about them. I think Dennis prefers the usability, but there's some things like we like the Fentrum tape when we're taping to the concrete. So the Siga's Fentrum tape is wonderful. So we use a combination of both.
Right. And then do you ever do a back dam? I'm a fan of using back dam. So we put a little metal L-shaped bar here, and we create a little back dam on in here. If water ever gets in, it doesn't really go through. I know we caulk the windows on the inside, rod on caulk, and it shouldn't.
We actually don't. We tape both sides, make it airtight, watertight.
And what happens down here? Do you actually seal at the bottom flange?
Never.
Never?
No, 3 sides on the outside and 4 sides on the inside.
Correct, okay. I was because you said you make everything airtight. I thought, oh no, not the bottom.
Airtight from the inside.
Right.
So
awesome.
It's you often have 2 air control layers, but with a window, it's just 1. This is our Intello Plus.
So yeah, I've heard you talk about Intello Plus, and then you got your other
I got
membrane.
one that's unrolled here.
And are these like the same company?
Same company, yeah.
Just 2 different products?
Yeah, Proclima. So most guys are going to use poly. That's what you see in the industry, but we're going to use this Intello Plus. It's a smart vapor control layer, and it's going to allow drying to the inside. So we don't use poly. You're not going to see any poly on this side.
That's awesome. Not even on the installation side?
Nothing.
Show me some more.
All right, let's go down to the basement. Down here, we have the Stego. You feel that. It's 2.5 times thicker than 6mm poly, which most guys are using. 6mm poly seems to be, it's in the building code, they use it. So it doesn't cost a lot more for the Stego. It's going to give better protection from soil gases and moisture coming up from the ground.
You can't puncture a hole here if you tried.
The impact resistance is fantastic.
Yeah.
So, because it does happen. 6mm poly, guys are walking on it, your wire mesh on it, they're stepping on it, pouring concrete. You can certainly put punctures in it. So with the Stego, it's a superior product.
And is the Stego going under the gravel?
So the Stego is going to go, so we're going to have gravel,
Yeah.
we're going to have insulation,
Yeah.
then we're going to have the Stego goes over top.
So you have this just to tape up to it.
Yeah. So we're just going to tape this. We can fold this down, but we're trying to make the air control layer continuous because this connects down to the fast foot that goes around the footing. So we got fast foot. This is taped to that. We've backfilled with gravel. Now this, we can now tape our stego here to here.
And what's your cut section that you're using here? Are you using spray foam or are you using just...
No, we're going to use, we'd probably use EPS foam. We might use rock wool as well. Now I think this house we're going to be putting rock wool down. Comfort board 110.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
Yeah.
You're using a lot of rock wool on your
rock wool's
basement
fantastic.
slabs and
it's more permeable, so you're not going to have that risk of a vapor sandwich, say for your wall assemblies.
Right.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
I like spray foam. I usually spray foam and tie the spray foam right into my ICF. I usually don't use quad lock. I should try it. I heard a lot of good things about it, but we're
quad lock's fantastic. I've used it for years. We always use crush rock. We backfill as well, and as you would as well.
Yeah.
And the reason is the capillary break. We don't want moisture working its way up.
Right.
I was at a house in North Vancouver, and they got mold and moisture, and we investigated. They backfilled with sand, and they put their concrete on top of that, and poly had rips and tears in it. But it's all that moisture's underneath.
That's going to come through, and that's not going to help your
which is why we want
tightness.
We want to make sure we're getting the crush rock down, capillary break. Our footings are in that bag, that fast foot bag, so keeping moisture from wicking up.
Right.
And with the ICF, this is fantastic.
Right. It's awesome. It looks great in here.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it all done.
Yeah. It's,
I'm excited to hear about your first test and see how it scores.
I think the way we're going right now, we're probably going to be 1 air changes per hour, and that's going to be at mid-construction with only 1 air control layer exterior.
Usually after drywall, it gets a little better.
Of course it does, yeah.
So
we get the Intello in, we're going to be 0.6 passive house levels.
Correct, yeah.
It's going to be
So that's a passive home.
Yeah.
That's a passive home.
As long as you deal with the thermal bridging, enough insulation, good quality windows.
Yeah.
We're aiming step 5 in this house.
And where are you getting your windows from? Is it triple pane?
Euroline.
Euroline?
Euroline
windows.
Double pane Euroline windows,
Right.
and they meet the Energy Advisor's recommendation specifications.
That's awesome. Can't wait to see it.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Buddy.
There you go. Guys, Larry Clay, I've known him for a long time.
Yeah, many
Great
years.
Guy, super talented and very knowledgeable.